Here's the belief that changed my life, and it will more than likely offend you. I genuinely think some of you are addicted to bad news, to drama, to problems and to excuses. Addicted to believing that life is happening to you instead of for you. Before you get offended, ask yourself this. How many hours this week have you spent worrying? How many hours have you spent imagining everything going wrong? How many conversations have you had about what's broken, unfair, difficult, impossible or against you? Exactly. Because you built a mental prison and convinced yourself that you're trapped inside of it. And the crazy part is, most of it isn't even real. It's a story. And that story is costing you days, weeks, months and years of your life. Paranoia is normal. Most people living with some form of paranoia, not clinical, life paranoia. They believe that everything's working against them or you. The economy, your boss, your genetics, your childhood, your trauma, your age, your partner, your algorithm, the government, your weather, the timing, the circumstances. It's endless. Every setback becomes evidence that life's working against you. So eventually you just stop even trying, because why would you try? If the universe is working against you, then what's the point? And here's the offensive truth. Here's what will annoy most people. The most dangerous person isn't the guy with the bad circumstances. It's the guy who uses his circumstances as identity. Because now he's got an excuse for everything. No responsibility, no ownership, no accountability, no power. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The moment you blame everything outside of yourself, you hand your power away immediately. So here's a quick question for you. I want you to be honest with me. How much time do you spend each day focusing on what's wrong? And how much time do you spend focused on all the different things that you can control? That's the real difference between the people who grow and the people who stay stuck. So if this is hitting a nerve, comment something below. Agree with something I'm saying, disagree with something I'm saying. Let's have a conversation, because here's the idea that changed everything. Because a few years ago, my life was a complete shambles. Addiction, debt, bad decisions, hating the man in the mirror, no direction, no momentum, no self-respect, until I realised something. I had two choices. I could keep on believing that life was against me, or I could start to believe that life was trying to teach me. Because one belief made me weak, but the other one made me feel powerful. Same circumstances, different interpretation, and that's when I discovered a concept called pronoia. And that's the opposite of paranoia. It's the belief that life's conspiring in your favour. And before you start to roll your eyes, I want you to listen to me. This isn't about positive thinking. This isn't about pretending bad things don't happen. This isn't toxic positivity. It's not manifestation. This is strategy. Because whether life is working for you or against you, you still have the choice to believe. And one belief creates action. The other one creates excuses. So let's say for a second that you lose your job. One person will say to themselves and everybody else, my life's falling apart. But another one says, maybe this is forcing me to build something bigger or better, or that fits my life better. Same event, different future. And that's why winners think differently. The people winning aren't luckier than you. They're just interpreting reality differently. They might get rejected, they see feedback, they lose, they see lessons, they fail. They see data, they get knocked down, they see training. Most people see problems. Winners see opportunities that are disguised as problems. That's the real difference. So here's the paradigm shift I need you to understand. The quality of your life is often determined by the meaning that you assign to these events that are happening, not the events themselves. So I want you to think about that for a second. Two people experience the exact same setback. One becomes stronger and one becomes weaker. Why? It's all about the meaning. That's it. Meaning. You don't experience reality. You experience your interpretation of reality. So if you're constantly feeling stuck, overwhelmed or frustrated, there's a good chance that you're not trapped. You're just telling yourself a story that's keeping you trapped. So click the link in the description and go and do the alignment audit. Figure out exactly where you're at across your body, your mind and your money. It's free. It will take you less than 10 minutes. But here's the hardest question you'll hear today. What if everything that's happened to you is preparing you? Not punishing you, but preparing you. The heartbreaks, the setbacks, the failures, the mistakes, the embarrassment, the rejection. What if they were all building the version of you that's required for the life that you want. Because here's the part that nobody wants to hear. Sometimes your biggest blessings arrive disguised as your biggest problem, but you'll never see it if you're committed to living your life like a victim. Body, mind, money. And this is why alignment matters so much, because when your body's improving, you feel powerful. When your mind's improving, you think differently. When your money's improving, you've got options. And when all three things start moving together, you stop feeling like life is happening to you, and you start feeling like you're creating it. And the reason that people hate this message is because it removes excuses completely. It's much easier to blame the world. It's much easier to blame circumstances. It's much easier to blame timing. But responsibility is where freedom lives. The second you own your life is the second that you can really start to change it in a powerful, meaningful way. So if you're sick of feeling stuck, if you're tired of constantly overthinking, if you know that you're capable of more, click the link in the description and go and take the alignment audit, and you'll find out exactly where you're out of alignment across your body, your mind and your money, and what you need to do. Because the biggest thing holding you back isn't your circumstances. It's the story that you're telling yourself about the circumstances. So here's a challenge for you. For the next 30 days, I want you to act like life is working in your favour. Every setback, every obstacle, every problem, I need you to ask yourself, what if this is happening for me? You don't need to believe it completely. You just need to test it. Because if you're going to tell yourself a story anyway, why not choose to tell yourself a story that makes you feel stronger, happier and more powerful? Why not choose one that makes you go and take action? Why not choose one that helps you build momentum? Because the people who are winning aren't always the smartest. They're nearly always not the most talented. They're nearly always not the luckiest. They're usually the ones who refuse to see themselves as victims. And that changes everything. So I'll see you in the next video. But don't bother clicking on the next video if you're not going to click the link in the description and go and take the alignment audit. It's free. It'll take you less than 10 minutes. And if you're serious about getting that one-to-one help, book a power hour breakthrough call with me and we'll go deep on what's holding you back, what you need to do to start moving forward. It's as simple as that. Let's go.